Nation, JD WildFlower here from Holistic Success Institute, where our mission is to help you kick burnout to the curb and reclaim your well-being. So I'm here today with 3 quick tips on what you can do if you are experiencing burnout in your life. So the first tip is to take a look around your life and look at where it is that you have been putting yourself on your back burner and make a mission to do one thing this coming week to really help that. So here's an example. If you know you've just been eating bad food and you need to get started to eat healthier food, then make that a mission. If you know that you need to exercise more because you haven't been doing it and you've been putting it off, you can make that your mission. Just choose one area of your life where you've just been putting your needs on the back burner, something that's really, important to your well-being, and choose to make that happen this coming week. And my second tip is to look at where you are overwhelmed and where you are underwhelmed. So this is kind of it might sound a little tricky, but bear with me here for a second. So you can be both at the same time. You can be overwhelmed and underwhelmed when you're experiencing burnout symptoms. So when you're overwhelmed, you feel overwhelmed from responsibility. Perhaps you have a lot of responsibilities. Perhaps you have too much responsibility. And when you're feeling underwhelmed, you feel like kind of a lifelessness, kind of like your inspiration and your passion has kind of dried up. And that can happen if you're not actually putting your energy into the things that you are passionate about and that inspire you. So here's an example. Let's say if someone's an entrepreneur, let's say you're an entrepreneur and you have some beautiful centerpieces that you're making for, let's say, an event business, okay? So you're making these beautiful centerpieces that are gonna go on all of these tables with elaborate flowers and scatter and accessories, okay? And let's say that that is your passion. You love that, you love the creativity of it, and you're also a business owner, so you've got to keep up with the business side of things in terms of the marketing, development, communication, outreach, that kind of stuff. Well, if you're taking too much time and you're spending too much time on the marketing aspect of things and not enough time on the actual area of things where you get your passion from, that can lead you to an experience of both the overwhelm from having all the details that you got to take care of for marketing and outreach and stuff like that, and underwhelm because you're not taking enough time to really focus on pursuing your passions and your that which inspires you. So take a look at that this week. Take a look at where you're feeling overwhelmed and where you're feeling underwhelmed. And oftentimes, if you can create more of inspiration and passion in your life by focusing on that which gives you energy, it can often take care of those things that are causing you the overwhelm. It often gives you more energy to be able to take care of those things so they don't quite overwhelm you as much. So check out the overwhelm versus underwhelm. And my third tip is to strengthen your no muscle. Strengthen it. So strengthening your no muscle, I mean, we all know what this means. It's like I'm not saying here anything you haven't heard before, but perhaps I'll say it in a different way and give you some background of why it's important. So when you have a week, right? You have 24 hours a day. That is your container, is 24 hours a day, and you've got 7 of those in a week. So if you look at that as a container and really are mindful of the fact that if you overflow that container, you're going to get overwhelmed, and that's just going to be how it is. Now you can do that at sometimes, sometimes there's like a push time kind of a thing. Let's say our entrepreneurial example from earlier, has a huge corporate event and there are 200 centerpieces that she needs to make. Well, that the week beforehand and perhaps the week before that, she's going to do some what I call push time, where she's going to work at it. She's going to go, put her all in there and is going to need to do that. So that's something that she needs to say yes to. However, there are going to be other things that she's going to need to say no to as well that are going to take her off task or off her goals. So my most important advice, I think, when it comes to strengthening your no muscle is to learn how to say no gracefully. Okay, this is not about being a hard ass. This is not about being like, crabby and no, that kind of thing. It's really about just honoring your own needs, as well as validating other people for asking you to do something. Because oftentimes where this comes in is when somebody's asking you to do something, okay? And it might sound like a good idea at first, and but sometimes, if it's something that's gonna put too many drops in that bucket of your container for the day or the week, then it's not really taking care of your well-being. So a great way to strengthen your no muscle is to validate. So when somebody asks you to help them out, say somebody's asking you out to volunteer for an event, let's say, and let's say you have kids or you've got something going on and you just really don't have the time for it, but you want to decline politely. Okay, so first you begin by validating, thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate your confidence in me for asking me with that. I have a lot of stuff going on right now. My plate is full, in terms of my schedule right now. So I'm going to have to decline your invitation. I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to fulfill this for you. But, I, have confidence that you'll be able to find somebody who will. Something like that. That's like a gracious way of saying no. And the more comfortable that you can become with doing that, the easier it is to be able to plan out your weeks, months, days, and years to really work for you rather than against you, and to help you live a life of what I call holistic success rather than living a life of toxic success, which leads to burnout. So there you have it. Those are my 3 tips. And if you want some help with burnout, you're welcome to take a look at my online on-demand masterclass. It is a 45-minute masterclass. It goes into detail about why so many people are in burnout these days and are experiencing burnout symptoms, as well as what the difference between toxic success and holistic success is, and how to stop trying to be a superwoman or superman so that you can get your life back by kicking burnout to the curb and reclaiming your well-being. So you can check that out at holisticsuccessinstitute.com. And we also have a 4-week Burnout Bootcamp online mastermind program. It's 4 weeks of just mission-oriented help to help you either prevent or recuperate from burnout. And you'll find out more information about that at my website as well at holisticsuccessinstitute.com. All right, well, thanks for watching. JD WildFlower here. As always, blessings of love, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy it. Aloha.